The change in the CDC guidelines of isolation periods for people with COVID leaves business owners with one more thing to tackle in this pandemic. The nation's leading health agency announced asymptomatic people can isolate for 5 days instead of 10. News 4's Tosin Fakile is live at Tailgate Brewery, where she talked to the owner about the impact of the sudden change. Tosin.
Marius, yes, sudden is the word Wesley Keegan, the owner of Tailgate Brewery, used to describe this change. And he said the change has left some of his workers asking what this means. And Keegan says it seems like oftentimes these changes keep coming, and unfortunately, they've had to get good at keeping up with the change.
We have a internal policy that we created based on CDC guidelines, and now all of a sudden those CDC guidelines might be different. So you have to talk to HR, you have to talk to legal. There's a lot of questions.
Questions that have come after the CDC announced this week a change in isolation time from 10 to 5 days for people with COVID-19 who are asymptomatic.
We had team members that were saying, hey, what does this mean now?
Another hurdle for many, including the hospitality industry, which has been hit pretty hard by the pandemic, to overcome.
Yeah, I think there's pressure on all angles, right? I mean, the business owner is trying to figure out how to keep their doors open. The team members trying to figure out how they can come to work and make sure they're paying their bills. So I think everybody's feeling it.
Keegan says Tailgate Brewery has been fortunate to navigate the problems of the pandemic so far, and they'll tackle this one as well.
So for us personally, the way that we approach it is like, hey, here's one more thing, let's just do it right. I do think that there are a lot of places that are closed right now that would rather not be closed. I think there's a lot of places that are still trying to navigate whether they can be open a full 7 days a week when they used to be open a full 7 days a week. So I think a lot of these things are forcing people's hands.
With the back and forth of COVID recommendations, he's reminding people to be understanding as everyone continues to work through this pandemic.
The retail and hospitality workers are going through the same things everybody else is. I think that if we can encourage people to be kind as they're going out and they're supporting their local business, which people really are proud and like to do, I think it's going to be a better interaction for everybody.
And Marius, Keegan also tells me, despite CDC guidelines here at Tailgate Brewery, they do not let team members come to work if they are sick. And the CDC recommendation, if people are wondering, also says after the 5 days of isolation for those who are asymptomatic, they're advising them to also wear a mask for 5 days after that. Back to you.